Hi, this is for integrated marketing for chapters 4 and 5. Starting with chapter 4, the first question is about um, marketers like generalizing Hispanic subsets, and they definitely need to be aware because, multiple different cultures and nationalities for like with Hispanics. Um, and I think different origins and cultural backgrounds. Uh, Another thing I've written here is like obviously their economic status or their education level. Obviously, it's really important that they have to be aware that there's so many different um, things, and they can't generalize an entire group of people. And for the second question, research methodologies to examine consumer behavior. The one I wanted to talk about was focus groups, because I think that's just an easy one to point on, and you can tell what their advantages and disadvantages are. So, advantage is like you get good quality, different opinions from different people. I think that's important. And then obviously, disadvantage is a smaller sample size. You're only getting, a few in that group. It's not a huge number to get all those opinions on. For the next question, talks about types of problem recognition, um, and those are need recognition, opportunity recognition, routine problem recognition, and activated problem recognition. So, an example for need recognition would be like you need hand soap for your bathroom, and so you go and you buy some because you ran out. For opportunity recognition, uh, that would be like seeing an ad for a new iPhone that has different abilities and attributes that your current phone does not have. And then routine problem recognition. An example for that is what I think is like at my house, paper towels like every 2 weeks, because we go through a ton of paper towels for whatever that is. So that's kind of just a routine. It takes about 2 weeks, and we just pick up paper towels. We might still have a couple extra, but we know we're going to need them. And then the last one is activated problem recognition. And this could be like an ad you see on TV for a new Rolex watch. And that person realizes they want to have that status symbol of that watch, because when people see it, they're going to see Rolex and they're going to know, that that's an expensive watch or whatever. I think the subliminal advertising might be controversial because it could be like, I don't know, people could see it as like manipulation almost, to where, if they notice it, it's like, oh, they're trying to get me to buy it without actually giving me a full ad. Now we're getting into chapter 5, and the first question talks about like the problems marketers have when they encounter advertising messages in different languages or different cultures. And I think a way that they can like help with that is, really do your research. There's a difference between, looking something up and doing clean, good research on it. You don't want to, uh, show a wrong message or not know different cultures and what's good and what's bad. Uh, so I think like doing your research on whatever specific ad you're doing or whatever you're marketing is extremely important, because you don't want to show any negative light towards your product or any negativity. The next question talks about encoding, the differences between radio, TV, and print ad. Um, and with like radio, they have to rely on sounds to give you a visual. Examples could be like the soda cans, like open up a soda can with the click and the fizz, or maybe some like bells, the jingle of a bell. And then with TV, they can really use imagery and sounds to portray their entire message. Where print, it also has, a tough part where they have to really use art style or text to get their message across, and they can't rely on any sound. And then the next question talks about viral marketing and word of mouth. And so I think like a good example of that is when Old Spice first started like their funny ads with the guy, and I think like that first ad went viral and hit record for shares. And then like a bad example of the viral marketing would be when Pepsi made the ad. It was kind of like the criticizing like protests, and that kind of caused a lot of controversy, and so that went viral for a bad reason, and I think it gave bad press. For the next question, it talks about the social consumer decision journey, high versus low involvement products. And I mean, the difference is going to be like for the high involvement products, like the example was like a tablet, is people are going to do extensive research. I mean, it's an expensive item, and it's a purchase you're not making regularly, and so they're going to do a lot more research, and it's going to take more time. And it's not an impulse purchase, whereas the low involvement product would be like a candy or a soda that could be an impulse buy at a store. It's not going to be this whole thought out process of should I get this soda or not. It's going to be more of like that looks good, I want that.